Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to film a video that I have been wanting to film since last year. And this is a very hard video for me to film because it has influenced my life in more ways than one and has impacted so badly that it's kind of hard for me to explain and express how I feel. But I'm going to give it the best shot that I can. I did not write anything down. So today, if you haven't seen the title, this video is going to be about anxiety and panic attacks. And by looking at me, and if you've met me before more than once or we're best friends, some of my best friends don't even know that I have had anxiety or panic attacks, so this might even be new to them if they're watching this video. I'm going to talk about how long I have dealt with anxiety and panic attacks, my experience, and how I've dealt with it. Now, this has took me so long to film because I didn't know exactly what to say. I didn't know how I was going to approach this topic, and I didn't know how you guys would react because I feel like I'm going to be judged a lot in this video. And all I can say is that I hope that you're open-minded, and I hope that I just hope that many people can relate to this video because I know that I'm not alone. Even though I feel like I'm alone when it comes to this, I know that I'm not alone. And I feel like I could help so many people with my experience with anxiety. So I'm going to try to not make this a super long video, but I'm going to talk very in depth about my life, which I know that I have vlogged and I know that I've talked about my family a little bit, but I've never actually spoken deep about myself. And this is going to be kind of complicated for me, so I'm just hoping for the best reaction, and I hope that you guys will appreciate this video. Go on ahead and give this a thumbs up because it is taking me so much to get in front of this camera and talk about this with you guys. Starting out, I have had anxiety since I was in middle school, and I didn't even know I had anxiety through middle school until growing up, and I found out what anxiety was and what panic attacks were, and looking back I was like, oh my goodness, I had this in middle school. So I have dealt with this from middle school till now, and I am 22 years old. Anxiety. It is distress or uneasiness of the mind caused by fear of danger or misfortune. It can also be earnest but tense desire, could be eagerness in other words, and it can also be a state of apprehension and tension occurring in some form of mental disorder. And I have been suffering for years, okay? And then I'm going to explain what a panic attack is. A panic attack is an intense attack of anxiety, characterized by feelings of impending doom and trembling, sweating, pounding heart, and other physical symptoms. I have put myself in front of this camera today because I have actually experienced anxiety along with a panic attack today. I'm so close to turning off the camera right now because I'm so... This is very hard to talk about. Okay. The first thing I'm going to say, if you have experienced anxiety or panic attack, you only know how you feel. And if you try to describe how you were feeling during that time to someone who has never had a panic attack or anxiety, they're not going to be able to relate to you at all. And it's going to be very complicated to talk to someone who has never had anxiety because you are the only person that knows exactly how you feel. For example, I had one today and my grandmother has had them. So it was very easy for me to talk to about it, but my boyfriend Tyler, you guys know him, he has never had anxiety or a panic attack. So when I was explaining it to him on how I was feeling, he couldn't relate to it and he didn't know what to say to me. And that becomes very hard. Now, another thing is that when you're having anxiety, you don't know why. That's the main question. If you knew why you were having anxiety, you would be able to solve it in a second and move on. Anxiety and panic attacks are very tricky because you don't know what triggers them. Now, I know from my experience, it seems to be a pattern of hormonal. Whenever I'm about to start my period or a week before or when I'm on it, my hormones are crazy and my anxiety is through the roof. It's very rare that I get panic attacks, but when I do have them, they're terrible. If you've met me in real life a few times, you would know that I'm very talkative. I love meeting new people. I'm very open. I'm very approachable. I'm calm. You would never think, and my friends to this day would never think that I would have anxiety. It's crazy. So even if someone has a smile on their face and they're the most happiest person you know, they could be suffering. Okay, they might be happy, more happy than usual because they're sad or they have anxiety or, you know, there's something else going on. So I just want to say that even though if you know someone who is happy and overly excited and they grew up in the best family ever, doesn't mean nothing's wrong with them. That's what I'm trying to get across. I can come across the most happiest person ever, and deep down you would never know I had panic attacks. So today I'm going to express how I felt today and how I dealt with it. So today my coworker was asking me a bunch of questions, just talking to me, we're having a good time, and all of a sudden my stomach started hurting. I had to think, my mind felt like I was going crazy. I had to think, and I constantly had to keep moving, walking, keeping my mind off of how weird I was feeling. My mind was racing for no reason. My stomach just kept feeling in knots and stabbing, and it just felt very uncomfortable. And I felt like if I was concentrating on something, my nerves would kind of go away. So I was, doing my job, keep my mind off of whatever it was going on, and it wasn't working. All of a sudden, everything was moving very fast, and my feet felt really numb, and sometimes you'll get feelings in your hands, like you can't feel your hands, they feel numb or tingly, and my feet felt very numb, and my mind was racing. It was awful, you guys, and it was to the point where I even felt nauseous because I was not in control. And when I'm not in control of situations or I don't know what's going on, it makes me very nervous, okay? So I wasn't in control, which made me nervous, which made my stomach hurt, which made me have to go to the bathroom, and you can't admit that when you're nervous, you have to go to the bathroom when you're nervous. So I went to the bathroom, I prayed, and I was just like, God, please help me get through the day. Please help me with whatever this feeling is. Please get me through these few hours so I can move on. And I'm just giving it in your hands, Lord. Okay. So I went to the bathroom and I prayed. It didn't kick in right away. So my feet are numb. Everything's moving super fast. I was getting nervous. I kept breathing very heavy to get oxygen to my mind, because sometimes when your mind is racing, it's not getting enough oxygen. So I was deep breathing, kind of like in those movies where people would do like the dilation, where they would breathe really heavy into paper bags. I think that's hilarious. That wasn't how I was, but I was kind of deep breathing, and then I felt nauseous, which is something that I'd never feel when I have anxiety. So I knew it was a panic attack. It was very traumatic because I'm not the person to quit. I'm not the person to let this mindset get in the way of my work. So I left, and every red light, you guys, if you know what I'm talking about and you have anxiety, every red light felt like it was a barrier between me and getting home. Every car that was in front of me felt like this person isn't going to let me get to where I need to be. And it sounds crazy. If you've never had an anxiety attack or a panic attack, you're going to think I'm crazy right now. But if you have had one, every red light, it was awful. I had to wait, and every car that was in front of me, I'm like, this person isn't going to let me go home. So that was just from today, okay? I have been there to the point where I was on Xanax medication to calm me down. And then I was to the point where a while back, I was even smoking cigarettes or drinking alcohol to numb my mind, to help me to relax, and that is not a road you want to go down towards. So if you are drinking alcohol or smoking to take the edge off to make yourself feel better because you have anxiety or panic attacks or just something's wrong, that's not the way you want to go. I've been there, okay? And don't judge me. I'm a very religious person, and I go to church pretty much every week. And I was to a certain point where I was going on a church retreat. I have decided to let God take it into his own hands. And I prayed and I'm like, God, just please help me through this. And I honestly, guys, like I felt him. And after that day, I didn't smoke, and I was on actually an electronical cigarette because I knew it was better for you than actually smoking the real thing. So at that point in my life, I was on an electrical cigarette, which didn't really do anything. So at that point, it was kind of in my head. And I didn't smoke, I didn't drink as much, and I kind of just let God take it into his hands. And ever since then, until today actually, it's been quite some time, I haven't had anxiety, I didn't have a panic attack. And today, you don't know why you have anxiety, you don't know why you go through these panic attacks. And my camera's actually about to die, so I'm going to go through this very fast. All you can do is take deep breaths. You have to kind of talk to yourself to overcome how you're feeling, and it's better said than done. Just give yourself words of encouragement. It's going to be over before you know it. You can never die from getting a panic attack or anxiety. It's going to be over before you know it. So kind of just talk to yourself, give yourself words of encouragement, say, I'm stronger than this, I'm better than this, I'm not going to let this take control of my life. And if you are religious, pray about it, because it's literally helped me in more ways than one, and I still to this day do that, and it has helped me. You know, I don't drink as much anymore weekly. I don't smoke at all, I'm a non-smoker, and my life has completely transformed. Also, get on a better diet. Fast food can kind of take a toll on that. Getting at least, 8 hours of sleep helps. So I'm not trying to get sympathy or, this has taken a lot for me. If I post this online, it has taken a lot for me to put this up. So please just appreciate what I'm saying. Don't judge me at all. I'm just trying to help you guys. I feel like I could help you. And even though this is such a short video and I could literally talk for hours about this, I just feel like you guys take something from this video that is helpful. So that's just a littlest bit, a fraction of my story and how I have dealt with this. If you guys have any questions, I've actually just purchased a P.O. box. When my P.O. box is activated, I will put it in the description bar along with all my social media. I am here to help you guys. I wouldn't have put this video online on my beauty channel or vlog channel, whichever one I decide, if I didn't know that this would help you. I'm trying to help you. If you guys want to talk to me about anything, you can write me letters, you can send me things, you can do whatever you want, and I will put my P.O. box down below once I know it's activated. This has been very nerve-wracking just filming this, so please appreciate this video and don't take this video the wrong way. Okay, so I love you guys. Comment, feel free to comment whatever you want, just make sure it's appropriate and nice. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will be back with my bridal series coming soon. No, I'm not getting married, but I know a lot of people that are, and I'm going to be doing 4 bridal looks in the bridal series, so that will be filmed and put up very soon. And I love you guys more than you will ever know, and it's taken me a lot. I mean a lot to film something like this, and this is just a fraction of what I experienced and what I'm going to say. So if you guys have any questions, comment, tweet me, Facebook me, write me. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in my next video.